But even now, I mean, as we stand here, Republicans have a +4 majority in the House, a 4-vote majority. Even if it flips, it's not going to be a landslide on the D side either. So do you think it's going to be kind of just the alternate version of what we have right now with Speaker Jeffries and a slightly, possibly larger majority, but still in that position where it's not going to be a question of there's still going to need to be a lot of negotiation happening?
Yeah, I think for the near future, we are going to have these slim majorities, whether it's Republicans holding the Speaker's gavel or Democrats. What we do know, if the top 3 Democratic leaders will be Hakeem Jeffries from New York, Catherine Clark from Massachusetts, and Pete Aguilar from California. That we do know. Those will be the top leaders. The Democrats are in the House are united behind them. What I will tell you about them, all 3 are friends of mine, and they are good people. They're honest people. They are reasonable in their willingness to work across the aisle.
And on the Republican side, if they retain the majority, how do you think the leadership team is going to shift, or will it?
There may be some minor shifts, but I think the players are generally going to be the same. Tom Emmer is in the mix for something. Steve Scalise, of course, and Mark Johnson. The dynamic on the Republican side that's different than the Democrats is the extreme element of the Republican Party is far more activist than the extreme element of the Democratic Party, and they're less respectful of anything, including leadership. So they're more apt to do things that are kind of crazy that may upset the apple cart with leadership, right? And the big thing is, are they going to push through that rule again where, one person can move to remove the speaker from your own party, and that causes chaos and gridlock, right? But with that being said, if there is divided leadership, I think that's going to be okay. I think a slim majority is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, look what President Biden got done, and I'm a Republican, but two of the things my district benefited greatly from was the CHIPS Act and the infrastructure bill, right? And that type of principled legislation, I think, is best when you have divided leadership. And so it may not be such a bad thing. I can tell you one thing: stock markets respond to divided leadership because there's stability, because there's not going to be wild swings in legislation. I think the worst case scenario is if somebody gets all three, the House, the Senate, and the White House. I don't think that's going to happen.